All right, we are starting our third and final talk of the night. This talk will be given by Amanda Wimmerflint, who is the on-site education lead at Fisk Planetarium. Amanda wants you to know that she has 6 piercings in her face and she likes the Grateful Dead. Amanda will be giving a talk about moon phases, so let's give it up for Anna.
Amanda, woo woo! Did you say Anna? Okay, I'm gonna put this blinding light right in my face. That feels good. Okay, cool. So yeah, my name's Amanda. I'm here to talk about moon balls today. This is something that we 3D print at Fisk. We're gonna start selling them in our gift shop soon, and we're selling them to institutions, planetariums all across the world right now. So we're really proud of them, and I'm happy to bring them to you today. I don't have control of my slide advancer. Can we go back one? Yeah, okay. So a little bit about me. I work at Fisk Planetarium. I've been an employee since 2016, but I was officially hired as a staff member this year. Woo! Thank you, thank you. I am a navigator. Here's all my nav homies. Pretty much everybody's here tonight, so shout out to the navs, yeah. I also do a lot of presentations at Fisk, which we have a couple of our presenters here as well, and one of them is your organizer for the event, so go Navs, go presents. I love the Grand Canyon, I love tornadoes, and I love Jupiter, and I love cats. And so if you ever want to have a conversation with me, you bring up Jupiter, cats, astronomy, planetariums, things like that. I love it. And the last thing I have here is that I love LIPS, which does stand for something. It stands for Live Interactive Planetarium Stuff. So I really like engagement, I really like getting answers from you guys, which is why this activity felt perfect for me. Okay, so I'm assuming that pretty much everyone here, probably most people, have heard of this thing called the moon.
What's that?
Yeah, pretty crazy, I know. We have a satellite that goes around the Earth, and it does go through phases. So we are pretty familiar with a lot of these phases. You probably grew up hearing these. New moon, waxing crescent, half moon, gibbous moon. It gets the least amount of love, so give that gibbous moon some love when you see it. Full moon, and then we go back down, gibbous, half, crescent, and the cycle repeats. So we've seen a lot of these moon phases, and from our next slide, we'll see the diagram that we often see in astronomy classes, which can be a little bit confusing because we have the sunlight coming from over on the right side. These moons here in the middle are showing that the sun is always shining on the right side of the moon, but from Earth, we actually see different phases. So that can be a little bit confusing when you're looking at diagrams like this and you're just trying to learn astronomy, or if you've never taken an astronomy class and you're just trying to figure it out on your own, this could be a little bit confusing. So we're going to actually practice with moon balls today. So these are the 3D printed moon balls that we make here at Fisk. We also have some 3D printed moon balls made at SBO. We have 2 different kinds, but I only brought the white ones today. They're in this box here. I'm gonna go ahead and pass them out, and we're gonna try some activities. So feel free to come up and grab a moon ball out of the box. I'll kind of walk down the aisle so nobody has to rush all in. All right, sweet. So now that you guys have a moon ball, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this light on. What do you guys think this might represent?
The sun!
Yeah, so here we have the sun. We have the sun in the center of our solar system. You guys all have moon balls now. That means that your body is the Earth, and this moon on a stick is, you guessed it, the moon. Now, if you use that moon ball, you can actually move your arm around your body, and you can get a sense of the moon phases. So obviously, this activity works best in a room where you can control the lighting and you can have a very bright light and everything else dark. But this also works outside too. If you have the bright, shiny sun, you can actually use these moon balls to go through some phases. So let's all do some phases together. You can go ahead and experiment for a moment. Once you're ready, everybody go to new moon. What's new moon at? Totally, yeah. We have the moon in between the sun and the earth. What about full moon? Totally, yeah. You can turn your entire body around, or you can just put the moon ball kind of behind you, especially if you have stretchy arms. What if I told you to go to a waxing half moon? First quarter moon. So this could be tough, right? Do you go to the right or do you go to the left? It's a little bit hard to tell, but the thing that helps me the most is imagining looking down on the Earth-Moon system and knowing that the moon goes around the Earth counterclockwise. So it should be going from the right side of your body to the left side of your body as you move it. We get half moon, new moon, and then half moon over to the left. And since we know that the moon is rotating in this direction, we have a new moon, and then we have first quarter moon. So first quarter moon should have been to your left. Yeah. Then you can go all the way back around, and this activity is really great for helping people figure out when do these moons rise and when do they set. So we can add an extra element of kinesthetic astronomy to it, where you now imagine yourself as the Earth, but what direction does the Earth rotate out in space? Counterclockwise. So if you're looking down on your body, then you can actually spin to the left, so your right shoulder should go over to the left side, and you could be the Earth. Awesome. So this can get pretty complex, but we can also do it with little kids too. Sometimes we do this even for kindergartners, first graders, just to get them the feel of moon phases. And we can also do this all the way up through college, especially if you're really trying to understand when these moons rise and set. All right, so the last thing to mention with the moon balls is that this does a pretty good idea of giving you guys phases, but you may be asking the question, if we all go to new moon right now, then we have the moon in between the sun and the earth. So why don't we get an eclipse every time? The reason we don't get an eclipse every time is because the moon's orbit is slightly tilted. So sometimes it goes over the sun and sometimes it's going below the sun. So as you move your moon around, sometimes you have to go higher than the sun and sometimes you have to go lower. And at this point, I'm going to kind of give you guys just time to play with the moon balls. So if you want to try it out yourself, if you want to try it out outside, there's not a whole lot of light left, but you can also try it here with this. And whenever you are fully satisfied with moon balls, we will ask that you guys bring them back up here to this box, drop them in, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, wait, I have one last slide that I want to show you guys. Yes, this is my cat Nebula photo. So it made an appearance earlier this week, gotta bring it back. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Other than that, please feel free to play with your moon balls.
Does anybody have any questions for Amanda?
I don't know if you know this, but if the moon is going away in an inch a year, how long will it be until we can't have a total solar eclipse?
This is a good question that we got over here, which is if the moon is moving away 1 inch per year, how long will it be until we can no longer have a total solar eclipse? And I don't know the answer to that question. Luckily, the moon is far enough away from the sun. That'll take quite a while, but yeah. Okay, it looks like the answer will be hundreds of millions of years before we won't have a total solar eclipse anymore. Awesome, thank you guys so much.
Do we have any questions left for Amanda? Any more questions for Amanda? Do we know if the moon balls are accurate, Amanda?
Yeah, that's a good question. These moon balls are accurate. So the kind of filament that we use to print these moon balls doesn't really show the height difference quite as well as we would like it to be, but yeah, you can sort of find that mare, that softer spot where we have those nice basalt lava flows. And then you can also feel some of those cratered highlands as well. So we tried to keep it pretty accurate, but the other moon ball, that gray one, is a little bit more accurate than the ones that we have because they have good relief.
All right, let's give it up for Amanda.